Hey everybody, hello, and welcome to Healing 101. I'm so excited to be with you today. My name is DrMonifa Jones. I am the messenger Monifa, a message from within. Healing 101 is a platform where we all come together to heal live. It's a platform where we share our thoughts and our dreams and how we can kind of step up our lives to the next level. So if in 2023 you want your life to be better, if in 2023 you are not satisfied with things as they are, you say, oh no, it's going to be a little bit different, or like we say, a lot. So get excited. I have 25 plus years as a clinical psychologist. In addition to that, I'm a college professor teaching psychology. Guess what? I'm a wife, a mother, a sister, a daughter, and effective today, I'm your friend. So let's talk about today how to not sabotage ourselves. Do you want to know in 2023 how not to sabotage yourself anymore? Well, you're at the right place, and I'm here to share that with you. I'm excited that I've written a book called The Healing Directory. And in that, we have a 90-day journal where we just figure out how to live our life without just wildest dreams, that there's nothing that can be withheld from us unless we limit ourselves. So it's so exciting that we can tap into that, Carmelita. So exciting. So let's get right into it. So in my book, the first chapter is The Keys to Self-Love. The second chapter is Stop Self-Sabotage. I'm about to give you $1 million clue. We talked about yesterday about don't count me out. We said it's a whole new year starting, and people talking about starting all this new stuff. Hey, I'm Scorpio. People talking about starting all this new stuff, right? Without understanding that this is the winter season. This is the season that things have to die. This is the season that we kill off the things that no longer serve us. That if we really going to walk in prosperity in our health and in our wealth, and if we really going to tap up to the next level, we really going to make some new moves in our life for the new year, guess what? We have to kill some things. Some things got to go. We cannot think that we are going to be the same person walking into this new year and that everything is just going to be okie dokie and is going to be okay. It is not. It is not. So let me start with my disclaimer. I get loud sometimes. I apologize. I don't know if it's a part of my gift or if I need to learn it, to control it, but I do get loud. And it's because I'm passionate. So hear me out, okay? So we're going to stop self-sabotage. Stopping self-sabotage. So what we do in our lives is we are the common denominator when it comes to our relationships. We are the common denominator when it comes to our family and our relatives. We are the common denominator when it comes to our friendships, our co-workers, our neighbors, our bank account, our spirituality, our emotional development. We are the common denominator. So you know what that means? That means we need to work on us. And a lot of times what we do is we engage in self-sabotaging behaviors. And I finally figured it out why for so many years I sabotaged myself. I figured it out for me, and just see if this resonates with you. So in me knowing that I have to kill off some things, I realized that in some ways I sabotage myself, Lavesta. I realized that in some ways I limit myself because of self-doubt and the limitations I place upon myself. So when I thought about all of the things I sabotage, I said, okay, I sabotage myself in my fitness. I say I'm going to set the alarm and I'm going to get up, Lavesta. I'm going to go walking, I'm going to go jogging, and then I snooze it. I sabotage myself, and guess what I say? I don't have enough time. And then, I'm going to start eating clean, and then I sabotage myself. I go get all this nutrient-dense food, I throw all the snacks away, and then I say, I don't have enough time to cook. Then I sabotage myself and I go eat poor, right? I told you yesterday about my window that I'd eaten from fast food windows, right? Drive-through. I didn't even have the decency to park, get out of my car and walk. Like, not only am I eating poorly, but I'm doing it sitting down. Woo! That's a whole nother conversation. So I had to check myself so I could stop self-sabotaging behaviors. And so I said, what are areas in my life where I don't sabotage myself? And I said, okay, I think it's areas that I feel confident in. What are the areas that I feel confident in? Oh, it's in the areas that I do things well. So I said to myself, I don't sabotage myself when I go to drive my car. Let me explain why. When I first started driving a car, I was very nervous. When the sun was too bright, I was nervous. When it was raining, I was nervous. When the music was playing, I had to turn it down. I was nervous. When I had to back up and use the rear view mirror, I was nervous. But now that I've been driving for like 40 years, I can drive. I can listen to music. I can text, don't tell anyone. I can talk on the phone. I can listen to GPS. I can eat at the same. I can do all of that while driving. I can text, talk, listen to music, listen to GPS, eat, all of that stuff at the same time. But I couldn't do that when I first started. So what's the difference between then and now? I mastered a skill. That's it. I mastered the skill of learning how to drive. So I'm not nervous anymore. So guess what I figured out? I figured out the areas that I sabotage myself in. And you think about this. Think about the areas that you know you want to do better in. And over and over and over again, you can't get control. You keep sabotaging yourself. And it's because you feel nervous in those areas. Because you lack confidence in those areas. It's because you don't feel good about yourself in those areas. And that's because you haven't mastered the skill. So I said, oh, I get it now. I sabotage myself when I lack confidence. I sabotage myself when I have not mastered that skill. I haven't educated myself. So what I did in the meantime was, guess what I did, guys? I started educating myself on fitness. And then I started educating myself on clean eating so I could stop sabotaging myself. I said, why am I sabotaging myself? When I know I want to do better, when I know I deserve this life, when I know I deserve better relationships, when I know I deserve to feel good in my body, I know I deserve to look in a mirror and be proud of myself. And I just keep sabotaging myself over and over and over again. Welcome, guys, to Healing 101. We come together live. We are transparent because we know that this year, we're not just going to talk about getting what we want. If you didn't see yesterday, go watch the replay. I always say, who needs Netflix when you can binge watch over 200 replays of Healing 101 and get your mind right? I say that healing is not the main thing. It's the only thing. Because if you don't feel good in your body and in your mind, what do you have in this lifetime? So see, yesterday we said we are going to kill off some stuff. This is the winter season. This is the time for things to die. This is the time when we can hide in our sweaters. You know they say summer bodies are made in the winter. That means we need to be doing that now. So let's talk about some things that we need to kill this year. Number one, anger. There are things on your list that you should have to do a self-assessment to figure out what are you killing, what is dying off this year, the first quarter of the year. Number one, anger. So if you want to work on your anger, listen, just get yourself a full cardio workout. And just, I don't care if you want to box the air, like work it out, baby. You can join my channel. I do 5-minute exercises, just 5 minutes for beginners. I was that girl when I was 330 pounds that I absolutely used to watch people work out, but I didn't work out. I just watched them because I said, wow, that looked hard. How they do that? That's what I used to think. But now I know that I'm attracted to beginner workouts. I'm attracted to workouts that I think I can actually do. I'm attracted to things that don't look really difficult. I'm attracted to things that are simplistic that I can be consistent with. So now that I know that about myself, that's how I guard off anger. I make sure I'm moving my body. I'm not letting that stuff stay there and become stagnant, right? The next thing I'm killing this year is jealousy. So many people get on social media and they see other people's lives and they compare themselves and, oh, I wish I had that relationship. Oh, I wish I had that, not even understanding that most of those things are not even real. They're false. And we compare ourselves, right? So the way to kill off jealousy is to focus on ourselves, our qualities, and our uniqueness. If you understood that this year is very special, it's the number of grace times 5. 20 is 5 times 4. 23 is a 5. That's 4 plus 1, 5. 5 times. We have the number of grace 5 times. Grace in itself is powerful. But to have grace 5 times, wow. Wow, wow, wow. You can tap into something great this year. You can tap into your greatness this year. You don't have to keep sabotaging yourself. You need to get my book. It's called The Healing Directory. You don't have to keep sabotaging yourself. The only thing you have to do is master a skill. Figure out what you're lacking in the knowledge, increase that, and then we're going to stop sabotaging ourselves. The other thing we're killing off this year is anxiety. I told you guys before, depression is worry over the past, anxiety is worry over the future. So we are going to be more mindful. So with anxiety, we get nervous, we get upset. But if we're more mindful, we'll be more peaceful and we'll be more calm. When we are uninspired, it makes us feel like we're not motivated to do anything, to even accomplish our goals or our dreams, right? But to become more inspired, you have to, again, become one with yourself. You can even take a shower. You can do a self-massage. You can lotion yourself down. You can do a self-care journal with your, self-care ritual with your skin. When you're uninspired, you have to bring yourself back to a place of gratitude and thankfulness. I told a wonderful friend today, that's my new address. My new address is gratitude, thankfulness, and appreciation. I am living in the place of peace. And if it rocks my peace, I remove it from my life. Because I'm in a space of gratitude, thankfulness, and appreciation. The next thing we are getting rid of is self-doubt. We are going to get excited. Use the Healing Directory to journal a conscious flow. Because when we're constantly saying affirmations, let me just read a few. I focus only on happy and peaceful thoughts that raise my vibration. I'm a magnet for relationships that meet and exceed my physical and emotional needs. I live my life for me, not what others think. I trade stress for joy by focusing on the positives in my life. Those are just a few affirmations from my book. So when we are in self-doubt, we just need to replenish ourselves. We just need to make sure we're getting enough rest and make sure we're feeding our minds the right things. When we're depressed, it's really good to walk in nature, to spend time with pets or friends or people that remind you of your greatness. If people are always condescending to you and doubting to you and making snide remarks, that's not the people you want to be around when you need to be uplifted. Beautiful year for us all. And the way it's going to be a beautiful year for us all is to stop self-sabotaging behaviors. No one is coming to rescue you. You are waiting for you. You are the authority in your life. And you are the one who can make that huge impact and that huge difference. So all I'm doing is shedding the light on you, on the inside of you. Get excited about that. So let's talk about the new mindset for 2023. The ego, we're killing it. We don't need that anymore. If we walk in our power, there's no such thing as ego, edging God out, having arrogance. No. I'm confident in myself. It has nothing to do with you. I'm not arrogant. It doesn't mean I'm better. We're all great, right? We're going to value love. We're going to increase our smiles. You can put an alarm on your phone every hour to smile. I have an alarm on my phone to say positive affirmations to myself. I love it. It's called the I Am app. If you try it, it's amazing. It's amazing. Gossip, we killing that. I'm not doing that this year. If you start gossiping around me, I'm cutting you off. Let me tell you what I'm definitely doing. I'm achieving all of my successes. I'm distancing myself from anyone talking about jealousy. I'm acquiring all the knowledge that I need. I'm trusting in my confidence. I'm going to make a valid decision, Pam, that I am going to stop my self-sabotaging behaviors this year. There is no other way. There is non-negotiable that I'm going to go through another year doubting myself. It's non-negotiable that I'm living in self-doubt, that I'm putting self-imposed limitations upon myself. I'm not doing that anymore, and I'm going to be intentional about it. And that's the reason why I keep talking to you guys, because I know for myself, I needed to hear about self-love more than just once. I needed to hear about self-doubt more than just once, because I knew that's where I lived. I lived in self-doubt. Everything I did, I second-guessed myself. Every decision I made, I had to talk to someone outside of myself to get my opinion validated. But now I understand that validation is for parking. Get excited. Now I understand that I trust myself, but it was a muscle that I had to develop. You don't just wake up loving yourself. You don't just wake up eradicating self-doubt. You don't just wake up exposing all the self-imposed limitations upon yourself. It's a process. It's a work. I'm telling you, I'm going to teach people how to go on a grand tour. And my tour began on June the 27th, 1969. My birth certificate states that I am 53, but I promise you, I am timeless and I am ageless. That is just the appointed time that my grand tour started. And my grand tour started as a journey within. And all these years, I've been fighting it. And all these years, all of the relationships that let me down, and all of the experiences that hurt my soul, and all the things that tormented me that I thought I would never experience. Such hurt, such trauma, such pain, such distrust. I just never thought I would experience so much of it. But guess what happened? I finally understand. Yes, the grand tour. I finally understand that it is a part of it. I don't despise my ex-husband who was a womanizer. I don't despise him even that he engaged in domestic violence. I don't despise that some of my relatives don't want to deal with me. I don't despise that many bosses and many relationships practically rob me for my expertise. I don't despise any of that. Guess what, Jess? It was a part of the grand tour. It was a part of me entering this existence. It was a part of my time to show up on the scene of the stage of my life. And unfortunately, I was playing the understudy for too long. Unfortunately, I was back behind the curtains, looking out behind the curtains. I was afraid. But now I understand that all of the self-imposed limitations have to go. And now I understand that this grand tour of life that broke my little heart made me who I am today. I'm so excited about every single experience that I labeled as negative, because I know that I wasn't born to suffer. But I also know that I can't pour from an empty cup. And I also know that in order for me to make impact, I had to be impacted upon. So when I was in a volatile marriage for over 20 years, I was impacted upon. And when I buried 2 sons, I was impacted upon. And when I had some very negative incidents happen, I was impacted upon. But at the end of the day, I understand it's a part of the grand tour, baby. The grand tour called the Messenger Monifa. My tour was specifically designed for me. And although I didn't like some of the avenues and the streets I had to go down, I didn't like some of them. But let me tell you something. This poem by Wayne Dyer. Very simple. It was a poem that he heard someone wrote. She said, I was walking down the street and there was a hole and I fell in. Oh no, she got out of the hole. The second day, I was walking down the street and I saw the hole and I tried to avoid it. But oh no, I'm so clumsy, I fell in again. But the third time when I walked down that same street and I saw that hole, Pam, but guess what? I was like, I'm going to walk around that hole. They ain't going to get me this time. And guess what? I wasn't paying attention and I fell in again. So the final time when I saw that hole on that street, guess what I did? Guess what I did, Carmelita? Guess what I did, Celeste? Guess what I did, Angela? I ain't walked down that street. You better get excited. When I saw that hole, I didn't walk down that street no more. I said, I'm not going to keep falling in the same hole. When I see that toxic relationship, I'm just not going to get involved in it anymore. I'm not going to wonder after you hit me the first time if you're going to do it the 20th time. We just not going down that street. And when you show me who you are, I will believe it. And when you show me who I am in your life, I'm going to believe it, baby. I'm going to believe it the first time. I'm not going to go down 1 time, 2 times, 3. I don't need to go down that same street 4, 5 times. I'm going to get it the first time. Because I understand my tour is a life that it's like a maze. I'm going through the maze and I get to the end, Mom, and I can't understand why is this a dead-end street? Why I can't get through? And it was my GPS. It was God's protective system telling me that's not the way to go. Turn left. And then I turn left and that's not the way to go. Turn right. I thought it was a dead end. I thought it was the end. I thought it was the end, but it was truly the beginning. It was a part of my grand tour. And I'm excited about that because now I focus on my address, which is gratitude, thankfulness, and appreciation. If you don't come with love, don't come down my street. My street is full of love. My street is full of service. My street is full of compassion. See, you can't come down my street with appreciation. You can't. See, because my tour showed me that bitterness and anger and unforgiveness don't get me anywhere but down a deep, dark hole. It's just like me giving you poison, but it's like me giving myself poison, but expecting you to die. It doesn't work that way. So now that I understand my beautiful life in La Vesta, when we get a little season, let me tell you, that's the best time. Because now I can add up all my experiences. And I be like, baby, don't count me out. Y'all little young chickens, y'all millennials, I love y'all and everything. But I got a little experience. And I ain't mad about it. Because it made me who I am today. And I know now when I go through the dark seasons, when I go through the dry seasons, it's okay. Because guess what? I'm going to bring my own water. Get excited. And when they say there's no light at the end of the tunnel, don't worry. I'm coming to light that tunnel up. I don't look at things outside of myself as if there's nothing I can't accomplish. I just figure out a way to accomplish it. So make sure you get your copy of the Healing Directory. For the first 90 days of this year, they cover the time for you to spend 5 minutes by yourself. And I tell everybody, aren't you worth $19.99 to just spend time by yourself? To just value some quiet time? I had a lot of people, the reason why I came up with this in the first place, because I kept saying, spend time alone, spend time alone. They're like, I don't know what to do. What do I play with my thumbs? What do I do? So I gave them something to do. So today is the 4th day of the new year. So let me turn to day 4 so I can tell you what is our journal for today, which is exciting. And of course, you'll have your own book. Today's journal. Do you wish you had a different childhood? One of the things that mentally strong people don't do is wish they could change their past. Embrace your power and know what truly counts is how you embrace your present. What's important now? Let's focus on the things that we can change and think about our childhood and allow ourselves to feel the emotions. Let's list the values that we gain. Listen, our past, we gain, we learn. It's a W both ways, right? Either we won or either we learned. Either way, it's a W. So when we have that mindset, nothing is negative. When we have that mindset, everything is positive. When we have that mindset, we be like, excuse me, I finally understand that I'm a queen. And I'm on my tour. And this is my stage. And how I respond to that is I can respond to it with depression. with anxiety. I can have the perspective that I live my life with envy and jealousy and I live in lack. Or I can make a determination that there will be no self-imposed limitations. There will be no self-doubt. I can make the determination that I will love myself, that I will turn my pain into my purpose. I will turn my wounds into my wisdom. And every single trigger is going to become a testimony. Because now I understand. It's a whole different ball game. So this season, we killing stuff. What are you killing? You killing self-doubt? You killing low self-esteem? You killing lack? You gonna finally trust yourself? You finally gonna trust yourself and say, I'm finally gonna educate myself on some fitness so I can stop sabotaging myself. There are things I can do for just 5 minutes that could transform my life. I'm going to educate myself. When I started educating myself on food, there's a lot of things I don't touch because I didn't realize these things was depleting my energy. The reason why I was so tired was because of what I was putting in my body. So guys, now I'm on the upswing of my tour. I'm not at the place where the curtains are going to close. But guess what, Lavesta? Guess what, Mom? Guess what, Cheryl? Delay is not denial. Just because we learn it now doesn't mean we can't implement it and change our lives and change the lives of others in the process. I don't know about you. I got a little angry in my private time. I was like, hold up 1 minute. You coming for my son? Oh, you just thought you was going to destroy his life by disconnecting me? Oh, no. I got him covered. Oh, you coming for my mom? Oh, no, I got her covered. Oh, you coming for my dad? Oh, I got him covered. I got mad. Like, mad, not at people, at understanding. I'm a magician and I have power. And I'm going to transform some things. See, anger is good when it's used properly. We don't do low vibrating like guilt, shame, regret, blame. We don't do any of that. So I invite you to walk in your power. I invite you to stop your self-sabotaging behaviors and to get on this journey with me. I told you, don't think about 365 days, a whole year of 2023, because it'll be overwhelming. I just want you to say tomorrow you're going to journal. Just tomorrow. And when you get in your private time and you thought you were going to be writing for 5 minutes and you're like me, you're still there 2 hours later, and you're like, I got to get out of here. And you say, why didn't I do this before? My soul has been waiting. I'm the messenger Monifa with a message from within. And your soul says, where you been at? I have joy unspeakable for you. I have peace for you. I have happiness and love for you. But you won't even sit still long enough. Solitude is your superpower. If you just spend 5 minutes with me, you would have joy unspeakable. But instead you say you're busy and you don't have enough time. And you just keep struggling. And you just keep struggling. You keep living your life with stress and anxiety and depression. And I'm here to say, I can help with that. Just slip away for a moment. Remember, if you don't have 5 minutes, you don't have a life. Spend 5 minutes in spiritual practice and see what happens. Spend 5 minutes with your fitness and see what happens. Spend 5 minutes with journaling and watch what happens. I love each and every one of you guys, and I want you to know that this year can be the best year ever. But I don't want you to be delusional to understand that it's going to take some work. It's absolutely going to take some work. And I'm going to need for you to sit still. And I'm going to need for you to buckle in. And I'm going to need for you to know that you're going to lose some relationships. And you may not even be able to recognize yourself, let alone others. Embrace yourself. Let's go on this grand tour that was designed just for us. But guess what the end chapter going to be, mama? The best is yet to come. That's what my last chapter is called. The best is yet to come. I don't know about you, Cheryl, but I don't think I lived it yet. I don't think I lived it yet. So I'm excited that I'm about to live it. So guys, may God continue to shine his face upon you. May God be gracious to you and grant you peace in this season. In this season. We are so grateful for all the great things that are happening, because what we want wants us. It is already done. It is already done. You already have it. It's already yours. I love each and every one of you. I will see you guys live tomorrow, Monday through Friday, live at 5 on Healing 101. Thanks, Mom.